Madagascar is so unique, and there are so many species that could be found in Madagascar, and they know where else in the world. So, for example, on small mammals, the species of small mammals in Madagascar, they are 90% of them are endemics, and these species are found nowhere in Earth.
Other than Madagascar.
Yes.
My guest today is all the way from Madagascar. Very grateful to have you today. Dr. Voahangy Soarimalala, president of the Vahatra Association and also professor at the University of Fianarantsoa. Thank you for joining me. Malagasy names can be difficult to pronounce, so I hope I didn't butcher it too bad. So, Madagascar is an amazing place. Can you talk about some of the unique species that are only found in Madagascar?
Yeah, Madagascar is so unique, and there are so many species that could be found in Madagascar, and they know where else in the world. So, for example, on small mammals, the species of small mammals in Madagascar, they are 90% of them are endemics, and these species are found nowhere in Earth.
Other than Madagascar.
Yes.
And could you talk about why there is such a high number of species that are found only in Madagascar and not anywhere else on the planet?
Yeah, so this happened to the many components. So, for example, geologically, historical, or geographically historical, and then the climate, and so on. So it's because of those changing for a long time ago on the, yeah.
So you specialize in mammals,
Yes.
and can you talk about some of the small mammals that are only found in Madagascar?
Yeah, so small mammals in Madagascar belongs to two groups. So there are those shrew-like, and then there are also the spiny Tenrecs, and then the rodents. So all of them are endemics. So they are so diverse, and they are so different in terms of body shape, or behavior, or in terms of food they eat. So they are so diverse, and they also could be found on many different habitats.
And you mentioned Tenrecs. Could you
Yes.
talk about what makes a Tenrecs special, and also what is a Tenrec?
Tenrecs belongs to, let's say, one family, the huge family, but between this family there are so many subfamily. So there are those who are shrew-like, and there are also those are spiny. So they are so special because, for example, those spiny one, there is one species called Hemicentetus, the genus of Hemicentetus. They have spines on their back, and these specialized spines could be rubbed together and produces high frequency sounds that could use for the communications in terms of predation, let's say a predation warning for among the groups. And for example, the mother could warning the babies and communicate with the sounds produced by the specialized spine to her baby when they get threatened by predators.
And for the people that have never seen a tenrec, does it look something similar to a cross between perhaps like a hedgehog and a mouse, or something similar to that?
Yeah, as I explained, there are two kinds, let's say. So there are those shrew-like, it's like the shrew, and there are those spiny ones. So the spiny looks like a hedgehog, but there is the big one that's tailless, and this is the biggest and the well known from the people, because they are not only forest species, but they could also find outside the forest. And then for those the others, they are forest dwelling, so people, they are not used to see them, and many times they don't know even they live in a proximity in the forest. When they work with us in the forest, they are surprised seeing them when we trap them, because they don't know even those animals. Yeah.
And the ones that live outside the forest, can they get as large as a porcupine, or they're smaller?
It depends. So there are the tailless, they are large. It's not really the size as porcupine. It's, let's say, smaller, but when they get fat, they could get bigger.
And what is the biggest threat to small mammals in Madagascar?
Yes, there is one species who is critically endangered, and that is called hypogeomis, and it's a jumping rat. So this is the biggest. It's a rodent. It's a rabbit size, and it could be weight 1 kilo.
In terms of these unique species, though, what is their biggest? Is it deforestation, or is it climate change? What is the biggest threat to these populations?
Yeah, as I explained, most of them, they are forest dwelling, so they could not survive outside the forest. But there are some that could be found outside the forest, but most of the species, they stay in the forest. So the main threat is the deforestation. That means the destruction of the habitats. And for those the tailless tenrecs, people hunt them. So that's the main threat of this species.
They primarily hunt the ones that are not forest dwelling, or the ones that are forest dwelling? Or
The
both?
one Malagasy don't eat rats. It's kind of taboo eating rodent. Let's say rodents in Madagascar. So people don't hunt on rodents, but the tailless tenrec, people prefer this the meat of this species. So the most hunted species is this tailless tenrec, but people also hunt the other spiny tenrecs, such as Setifer setosus, but not so many as like on tailless tenrec.
And what are some of the ecological roles that these small mammals play in the ecosystems of Madagascar?
Yeah, so small mammals plays an important role in the ecosystem functioning, because they serve as a prey for birds and carnivora, and then also for snakes. So they are very important in terms of that. And they also spread fruits, because the rodents, they are so frugivorous. So they take fruits with them, and they don't eat this right away on the place that they find it, but they go and then they spread these fruits everywhere. So some of these fruits that don't eaten by those animals, and they could be regenerated again. Yeah.
So seed dispersal,
Yeah.
like expanding the forest, is a big,
Yes, it's a
big part
seed
of that they do.
dispersal.
I know that you specifically are discovering new species to science of small mammals. How many, do we have any idea the magnitude of other species that are yet to be discovered, specifically regarding small mammals in Madagascar? Do you think there are hundreds that we still have yet to discover, or?
It's not really, I think it's hard to estimate, but given the results of the funding that we have since we did this research, we hope that we will discover new species again in terms of small mammal species. And there are also still many sites that we have been yet, or many sites that we have been down once one visit or two visited, but based on our experiences, we always discover a species newly. I mean, not new species, but newly recorded in one places when we did many inventories in that place. Yeah.
Can you talk about some of your, do you have any stories, I guess, from your field work in these different locations around Madagascar? Is there something that stands out?
In terms of challenging?
Yeah, some of the challenges
that
of
we had.
doing field work in Madagascar.
Yeah, so I think most of them, especially those sites that who are very difficult to access with, because most of time the main problems are the access. That means the access to the site, because Madagascar is still undeveloped countries, so most of roads are not in a good shape. So we have to drive for many days, and then we have to work also to access the forest. And nowadays motorcycles are common in the countryside in Madagascar, so we have to use motorcycle with the long distance. So for me, this is not for a woman. It's not comfortable, especially the woman like me who is already not very young. So it's dangerous, but we have to do it. And then we have to work for many days. And the big challenge for us is dealing with porters, because we could not transport all our luggages. It's because we have materials, stuff that's a weight very heavy. We have also the food that we eat to the forest, in the forest, because we have to stay long time. Sometimes we stay 1 month or 2 months in the forest, so we have to need lots of food. So all of those stuff that we need when we do multidisciplinary inventories, we need something like 80 people to carry all of those stuff. And this is so challenging, because people, they also think that we may have lots of money because why we are interested doing this work, dirty work. It's not a work for the educated people that they have in their mind. So they always get opportunities with the researchers getting money because they are so poor also. So our presence is kind of opportunities for them. So they ask, many times they ask lots of money for carrying those bags. So that is one of challenging to doing field works.
What do you think the biggest misconception is about the people that live outside the country of Madagascar? What do you think that they misunderstand about Madagascar?
Yeah, so that's one thing because they don't know how important is our scientific work, and lots of them, they are uneducated people, so they could not understand. It's not their fault. It's the education system in Madagascar who is so bad because it's a poor country. So the education in the countryside, it's so in bad situation. So many times the people in the proximity in the forest, they don't even have a school. The kids don't have a school. They have to go far away, let's say 10 kilometers from the village. So that's why people, they are uneducated. So in that case, they don't understand what is scientific research. But we try to explain to them that it's very important for you having this forest nearby your village, so try to preserve them for your kids, for the next generation, for your crop field, for example, because this is very need for the water for your survive. So that's the main problem. They don't understand, but they are poor, so they have to eat, and that's why they have to use, they have to exploit those natural resources. Yeah, so it's complicated. Yeah, let's say.
A delicate balance. Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think people from outside, the foreigners, people from the United States or Europe, what do you think they misunderstand most about Madagascar?
Yeah, because many people think that Madagascar is a rich country because and we are so rich. Yeah, so in terms of our resources, we are so rich. So we have this biodiversity unique, we have the mining, we are so rich with mining resources. We are also rich in terms of our cultures. So we are so rich, but we have these little problems, and we are also have this high level of corruption in terms of economics and this richness. So it's not well, how to say that, organized. Yeah. So people, they have always in mind that Madagascar is so rich country, and there are so many people, they are disappointed when they come the first time in Madagascar because they didn't expect it, that Madagascar is like this. So people also many times, they don't understand why the country is so poor like this. And some people, they think that maybe Malagasy people, they are lazy people. Why the system don't get improved, and sometimes some people think that Malagasy people, they are not smart, or Malagasy people, they could not get through the how to say that in English? They could not, they don't have any power to get rid of this poorness things. Yeah, I think that's the main problems.
Could you talk about what a typical day for you looks like when you're in the field at a research site? What a typical day would look like for you?
Yeah, so the typical day in the forests, we have to get up earlier, eating breakfast during dark. Let's say.
What time would that
at
be?
4. We
4
have to
a.m.
get up at 4:30, and having breakfast, and then for me, especially checking traps early in the morning, and then after checking traps, organizing, working on animals that we trapped, and then through the lunchtime, because it takes so long time, and then eating lunch, and after lunch we have to continue our work on habitat description or observation, or also getting coordinates for the trap location. So many things during the day. So let's say that during the whole day we don't really have time to rest until we go to bed.
Yeah. Well, you're working before the sun comes up till after the sun sets. Yeah. A long day.
Yeah, it's a long day.
What is something that you wish more people understood about the wildlife of Madagascar?
You mean the general people? Because it's not the same for the people in town, because they are educated people. They have in mind that Madagascar is so rich on biodiversity, and foreigners people are interested on biodiversity of Madagascar, because they see and they know that there are so many tourists coming to Madagascar to visit park. But most of Malagasy people, they are afraid of wildlife life. For example, there are not so many Malagasy people are interested on visiting parks, because they think that it's not for them. Once they are in town, they are afraid of wild animals. They don't really want to get wet in the forest or get muddy. So that's the thinking of the people in town. And for the people in the countryside, it depends. For those people who lives next to the park, in the proximity of the parks, they are already have in mind that wildlife are very important for the country, because they get advantages from the tourism activities, so they know that it's very important for them. So that's the case, for example, during the COVID period. They realize that the parks is very important for them, for their life. because during that time, everything shut down, and they have a hard time, for having a good life.
Yeah, no, we'll do all three, but now I'll ask you a couple, and then you can answer in French,
Okay.
and then we'll do a few in Malagasy. Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your background? Would you like to answer that one in French?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's think about switching.
Switching languages, yeah.
Do you understand French?
No.
Okay, so I just.
So just answer the question in French. And then, yeah.
Depuis toute mon enfance, je suis intéressée par la biologie. Et puis, à cette époque, je ne sais pas encore quelle biologie, mais je suis intéressée par la biologie. Alors, jusqu'à la classe secondaire, je n'ai pas changé d'idée du tout. Je reste toujours à mon choix pour l'étude de la biologie. Et après, quand j'ai choisi mes études pour l'université, mon choix n'a pas changé et j'ai choisi la filière sciences naturelles à l'université d'Antananarivo. Et à l'université, il y a d'abord le tronc commun à première année, deuxième année, troisième année. Et en quatrième année, j'ai choisi le parcours en biologie animale. Et voilà, c'est pour ça que je deviens biologiste animal.
Now, did you grow up in Antananarivo?
Là aussi, c'est une des raisons pour mon choix pour l'étude de la biologie, parce que mes grands-parents, ils sont campagnards. C'est-à-dire, c'est vraiment dans la campagne où ils habitent. Et pendant les grandes vacances, c'est-à-dire les 3 mois de vacances, nos parents nous ont envoyés chez mes grands-parents, ce qui est vraiment dans la campagne. Et c'est nous alors qui avons assuré toutes les activités à la campagne pour aider nos grands-parents. Et aussi, c'est vraiment les activités quotidiennes à la campagne. Et sur ce, alors, j'ai beaucoup côtoyé la nature parce que il y a encore des oiseaux, beaucoup d'espèces d'oiseaux, il y a encore les animaux, il y a encore la végétation dans la campagne. Alors là, c'est pour ça alors que j'ai beaucoup une interaction avec la nature. Et ça alors, ça incite également mes intérêts sur la nature en général.
What are some of the challenges that you've faced in your career as a biologist?
D'abord, je peux dire que j'ai eu de la chance quand même, parce que pour avoir une carrière en biologie à Madagascar, c'est pas facile. C'est un pays qui est encore pauvre et l'université n'a pas des moyens pour appuyer les étudiants financièrement pour poursuivre leurs études en biologie, parce que l'étude en biologie exige beaucoup des moyens pour les pratiques. Il faut faire des pratiques sur terrain. Et là, c'est pas facile du tout avec la situation de l'université qui n'a pas beaucoup de moyens financiers. Alors, je peux dire alors que ça, c'est le premier défi pour poursuivre une étude de la biologie à Madagascar. Et deuxième défi, c'est aussi la considération de la plupart des gens à Madagascar pour être biologistes, parce que Madagascar, les Malgaches plutôt, ce sont des gens qui ont toujours dans leur tête pour penser que pour avoir une réussite dans la vie, il faut avoir quelqu'un qui s'habille bien, qui a une vie avec beaucoup d'argent, mais pour les biologistes, on n'a pas beaucoup d'argent. On gagne moins par rapport aux magistrats ou bien quoi encore à Mada, des gens qui travaillent dans le domaine de business. C'est avec la biologie, on ne gagne pas beaucoup. Alors là, on n'est pas vraiment comment ça considéré comme des gens riches. Et là, alors, c'est le deuxième défi. Et en tant que professeur, par exemple, je dis toujours à mes étudiants que si vous voulez vraiment être riche, il ne faut pas poursuivre les études en biologie parce que là, ce n'est pas pour l'argent, c'est plutôt pour la passion. Voilà.
What gives you the motivation to keep going through, pushing through hard times?
On est biology?
Or in biology or life?
Oh, on my... You mean on my professional work?
Professional work and just personal too. What gets you through like difficult moments in your life, professionally and personally?
In French?
Yeah, French. Okay. You can.
Ben, je vais dire, c'est plutôt les activités quotidiennes parce que pour moi, personnellement, c'est quand même dur d'être prof à l'université et aussi chercheur au sein de l'association. Mais quand même, il y a des avantages être prof et être membre de cette association parce qu'à Madagascar, dans notre système, nous n'avons pas des opportunités pour faire de la recherche. Et à travers de cette association, nous pouvons réaliser des activités de recherche. Et pour moi, par exemple, je ne pense pas que si je n'étais pas membre de l'association Vahatra, j'ai raté beaucoup des opportunités pour avoir ce que je fais aujourd'hui avec mes activités de recherche. Et alors, je peux dire que c'est très difficile quand même d'être assurer les activités en tant que professeur à l'université et aussi les activités en tant que membre de l'association où je suis aujourd'hui.
Do you want to answer some questions in? Let me ask a few more, and then you can answer in French, and then we'll do some in Malagasy. Yeah.
Okay.
What advice would you have, or what advice would you give young scientists in Madagascar and around the world?
In French or
Yeah, French.
Malagasy, ok. Être biologiste, n'est pas facile. Être biologiste, c'est pas pour être riche, mais c'est plutôt une passion. C'est-à-dire, il y a beaucoup de défis qu'il faut vraiment combattre avec. Et par exemple, être biologiste sur terrain, il faut aller sur terrain avec des conditions difficiles, mais il faut le réaliser pour avoir des résultats fiables. Et là, alors, c'est pas facile. Alors, pour vous, les jeunes biologistes, faut pas rêver que vous allez continuer vos études en biologie et vous serez riche un jour. Ça, c'est pas le cas. Mais il faut avoir de la passion pour avoir des résultats fiables.
Passion is important.
Yeah. For the biologists.
What are some exciting or unexpected discoveries that you've made during the course of your research in Madagascar?
Exciting.
Or unexpected. Exciting or unexpected.
In terms of finding, you mean?
Yeah.
Finding. Ok. Travailler dans la forêt n'est pas facile du tout. Il faut des forces, il faut des courages, il faut également des bons humeurs. Alors, l'équipe joue aussi un rôle très important quand on est sur terrain. C'est-à-dire, il faut avoir une équipe qui peut vivre en convivialité. Parce que si dans la forêt, on s'est toujours chamaillé, on a l'idée d'abandonner tout de suite le travail dans la forêt parce que dans la forêt, les conditions, c'est très, très, très difficile. Alors, pour le travail dans la forêt, pour moi, ce qui me satisfait le plus, c'est d'avoir des résultats intéressants, comme avoir des nouveaux résultats que j'ai jamais trouvés. Par exemple, capturer des espèces que j'ai pas encore capturées depuis dans l'endroit, ou bien capturer plus des espèces que j'ai pas entendues, ou bien aussi, bien sûr, capturer des espèces que je crois être nouvelles espèces pour la science. Voilà.
All right. How about you want to switch again to answer a few in Malagasy now?
Yeah.
What are some life lessons that have come to you through your research in biology?
Lessons. Lesona azo tsoahana angambany amin'ny niainana tao anatin'izay hoe biologie izay dia ny fiainana biologista fiainana tsotra. Tena hoe tsotra le fiainana mahafinaritra, tsy ahitana olana, tsy eritreritra zany hoe andeha hitady vola foana na hoe andeha hanao business na hoe hiasa saina be zany eo amin'ny fiainana. Olana eo amin'ny fiainana misy foana, fa amin'ny maha hoe biologista dia tena hoe tsotra le fiainana, tena tsotra. Tsy mieritreritra hoe andeha hanao maquillage, andeha hanao lokomena, andeha hamboatra volo be fa eny amin'ny maha vehivavy aloha zany dia tena hoe mba misy fetrany ihany hoe tsy maintsy mba ho ataoko tsaratsara ny tarehiko, ho ataoko amboariko ny voloko, hividy akanjo tsara fa tena hoe miaina ao anatin'ny fahatsorana zany. Zay no tena hoe lesona hitako hoe azoko tsoahana tao anatin'izay fiainana biologiste zay. Zay zany raha ohatra ka hoe eo amin'ny fiainana amin'ny maha olona. Dia eo amin'ny asa koa moa zany dia tena hoe miasa be ny atao hoe biologiste, fa tsy vitany hoe andehandeha any anaty ala fotsiny, andehandeha hanao i-voyage. Ny olona zao mieritreritra na hoe za mandehandeha any ivelany, mandehandeha any Amerika, mandehandeha any France, mandeha any amin'ireny Chine, amin'ny tany rehetrarehetra reny dia hoe sambatra, fa asany ao ambadiky reny, ao ambadika reny fandehandehanany reny asa be foana, tena hoe miaro tory, satria ohatra hoe raha mandeha zao dia misy antony zany matoa mandeha, hoe misy fivoriana, misy présentation atao ho an'ny momba Madagascar, dia tena hoe asa zany, asany ao anatiny. Ary ny tena hoe lesona nitsoahako koa dia tena hoe miasa, tena hoe miaro tory, tsy matory zany amin'ny alina fa amin'ny alina dia miasa foana, miasa amin'ny atoandro, miasa amin'ny alina, tena hoe miasa.
What are some books that have changed your life that you've read? They don't have to be science books.
Eo amin'ny resaka famakiana boky, hatrany amin'ny classe primaire moa zany dia efa namaky boky ihany, fa tamin'izany ohatran'ny hoe ny boky famaky bibliothèque verte, bibliothèque rose, satria zany iny boky hita tao am-pianarana, fa ny tena moa zany tsy dia hoe nanana boky be dia be tany an-trano satria ny ray aman-dreny tsy dia hoe nanana fahafahana fividianana boky, fa tany amin'ny bibliothèque tany am-pianarana zany no namaky boky. Dia ohatra hoe tamin'izany ohatra hoe ny boky Tintin reny zany ohatran'ny hoe mba novakiany tena tamin'izany, satria izay no hoe boky ohatran'ny hoe nisarika zany tany amin'ny bibliothèque. Dia tamin'izany ohatran'ny hoe namaky fotsiny hoe ino itony boky itony na ohatr'izany, dia tsy tena mbola nieritreritra hoe misy boky hoe reto anie ny tena boky tena tokony hovakiana. Fa tonga tany amin'ny université dia teo indray somary niova indray ny boky tena hoe mivakiana, izany hoe boky nifandrindra kokoa tamin'ny fianarana. Iny zany tena hoe nitadiavina, aiza ary misy boky ny biologie cellulaire, aiza ary misy boky momba ny biologie végétale, aiza ary. Nifantoka tamin'iny zany dia somary verivery teo zany, ohatra hoe ny resaka roman na ohatr'izany reny zany nisy ihany zany ny famakiana an'ireny, fa tsy dia tena hoe tany loatra, fa ohatran'ny hoe fianarana zany no tena nanahirana ny saina. Dia ho anahy zany raha hoe nisy ny boky nivakiako ka tena hoe nanova ny fiainako dia ny boky ny fanandrify indrindra tamin'ny fianarana izay nataoko.
What inspired you to focus your studies on small mammals?
Inspired me, that means that why?
Like what motivated you to focus on small mammals?
Okay. So it's kind of in general why I'm interested on this.
Yeah.
In Malagasy. Za moa zany efa somary tia nature, fa ny safidianako hoe hanao biby sa hanao zava-maniry teo zany efa hoe tany amin'ny université zany vao tena nisafidy hoe andeha hanao biby. Ny teo zany zava-maniry ny tiako kokoa, fa ohatran'ny rehefa tena raikitra zany le hoe tsy maintsy nisafidy amin'ny fanohizana amin'ny fianarana dia tapa-kevitra hoe ohatran'ny biby mahafinaritra. Dia nisy programme natao hoe école de terrain zany tao amin'ny département zay nisy zany hoe département biologie animale tany amin'ny université. Dia monsieur Steve Goodman no anisany nikarakara ny programme io tao amin'ny WWF tamin'izany fotoana. Dia maro zahay no promotion iray, fa natao akitsapaka zany a ny mpianatra izay afaka izay andeha amin'ilay programma satria tsy izay rehetrarehetra no afaka andeha fa enina ihany zay no afaka noentina tamin'izay zany satria nisy fetrany nisany ankizy mpianatra izay noentina. Dia za zany anisan'ny tao anatin'ilay nandeha. Dia tsy mbola nanana eritreritra mihitsy aho hoe manao zany biby any anaty ala, manao zany hoe andeha ho any anaty ala fa tena hoe voasambany 4e année moa za tamin'izay fotoan'izay, sambany hoe andeha ho any anaty ala. Dia tonga tany anaty ala ary zay dia hoe zao daholo ny zavatra ho atao, tena hoe vaovao tena tsy fantatra mihitsy. Dia tonga tany anaty ala zany dia sambotra biby tsika dia nametraka ny piège zany fandrika isamborana an'ilay biby. Dia gaga be mihitsy a, tena gaga hoe hoay ary ino tony biby tony, tena tsy fantatro. Zany hoe ilay bibikely mampinono na hoe ilay petit mammifère izay resahana zany io, tena gaga hoe hoay ay ve misy an'itony tena tsy fantatro ny fisiany io. Dia nanomboka teo aho zany dia za hoe ohatra mahafinaritra reto biby reto fa andeha hanao an'io satria tamin'izany zay a tena hoe tao anatin'ny nasaina ny safidy hoe tokony misafidy nareo a an'izay karazana biby a tianareo hanaovana ny fianaranareo amin'ity resaka azahoanareo amin'ity diplôma na DEA ty satria DEA moa zany no diplôma tamin'izany fotoana.
What are some of your favorite hobbies or pastimes outside of biology?
Ny fialamboly tena tiako zany a dia ny miaraka amin'ny namana sy ny fianakaviana, zany hoe mamonjy fety a, dia mikorana, miaraka misakafo a, miaraka mandihy, miaraka mihirahira, zay aloha zany tena mahafinaritra. Dia ankoatr'izay moa zany a dia mahafinaritra koa ny mandihy. Fa eny mandihy zany hoe tamin'ny fahatandroana moa zany dia mandeha tonga any amin'ny atao hoe boîte de nuit ohatran'ny tanora rehetrarehetra. Fa zany hoe rehefa lehibe moa ny tena zany dia efa hoe tsy dia boîte de nuit loatra fa ohatra hoe mandihy rehefa misy fetim-pianakaviana, mandihy rehefa misy fety any amin'ny namana na misy fiarahana dia mahafinaritra. Mahafinaritra koa ny mihirahira, za tsy dia hoe tsara feo a fa mahafinaritra ny mihirahira. Zay zany anisany ataoko hoe fialamboly tena tiako. Dia ankoatr'izay moa zany a mahafinaritra koa ny mijery film dia ny mamaky boky koa anisan'ny mahafinaritra.
How do you think we can get more people interested in biology?
That means to...
Like how do we get more people...
To having them doing biology.
Yeah, how do we get more people to care about plants and animals in the world?
Mm-hmm. You mean for Malagasy or in general?
Well, either...
Because I think it's not the same because the people don't really have the same educational level.
Mm-hmm.
It could be different between...
Yeah, maybe it is. Well, you could talk about both. What you think, how we could get more Malagasy people interested in biology, mm-hmm. and also how could we get mm-hmm. people from other nations interested mm-hmm. in biology.
Amiko moa zany ny atao hoe biologia dia misy hevitra somary mifangaro amin'ny olona ihany. Zay olona tsy dia nianatra momba ilay izy satria misy ny olona zao a raha tenenina izy hoe biologie dia afangarony amin'ny atao hoe environnement. Zany hoe eo zany ny olana kely. Raha miteny zao ianao hoe environnement dia tsy fantatry ny olona tsara hoe inona ny atao environnement, rivotra ve sa ohatrany hoe ny zava-maniry sa hoe ny biby sa hoe ny manodidina samy manana ny fahaizany azy, zany hoe inona ny atao hoe environnement. De ny biologie koa matetika de afangaron'ny olona amin'ny atao hoe environnement zany. De amiko zany a, ny tena hoe mba hamporisihina ny olona hoe ho tia kokoa na hoe harisika kokoa, na koa hoe tena hoe mba ho taitaitra amin'izany hoe amin'izany resaka hoe biologie zany a, de tokony ngamba ny resaka hoe environnement no hisarihana azy voalohany aloha, hoe ao anatin'izany environnement zany a misy zavatra be dia be. Misy ao ny atao hoe écosystème, de ao anatin'ny écosystème ao koa ao anatin'izay a no ahitana an'izany atao hoe biologie. Satria ny biologie mantsy a de haiaian'ny biby sy ny zava-maniry, zay ny tena marina zany ao anatin'io. De tafiditra ao anatin'io écosystème io zany a zay haiaian'ny biby a sy ny zava-maniry zay, zany hoe fianarana momba ny hoe manahoana reto biby reto, manahoana ny fomba fiainany a, manahoana ny fomba fiainan'ny zava-maniry a, ohatra hoe raha hianatra momba ny hoe firy ny zanany a, miteraka firy izy isaky n'inona izy miteraka, zany rehetrarehetra zany zao a ao anatin'ilay atao hoe biologie. De mba hisarihana ny olona zany a hoe mba ho tia kokoa an'izany biologie zany a, de amiko angamba de tokony hoe mampianarina ny olona ny hasarobidiny zany atao hoe environnement zay iainana zany, satria raha simba zany io environnement io na io tontolo iainana io de ho simba koa zany a ny fiainan'ny zanak'olombelona.
Is there any questions that I haven't asked that you would like to talk about, or any topics that you'd like to specifically talk about that we haven't covered yet? Why don't you do all three for this one? if you're comfortable with that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because this is, I think, I don't know what you're going to talk about, but this could be something good for everyone.
Okay, so I have so many things in my head, so I have to choose which one.
Yeah.
If it's the importance of Malagasy biodiversity, or the importance of the training on biodiversity,
Well, you
or
could talk.
the biologist life.
You could talk about all of them.
So let's try in English first. Madagascar is so rich and unique on biodiversity, so but we have a lack on the preservation. So we need to help on the preservation of this uniqueness, biodiversity. In terms of conservation activities, for example, we have lack on money because we are a poor country. And then on terms of research activities, there are still lots to do. So I would like to welcome people who want to preserve this unique biodiversity, and then to doing research activities also to improve the schemes that's necessary for this preservation, for the preservation of the Madagascar's biodiversity. And there are lots of biologists trained in Madagascar. But most of them, they focused on the conservation plannings, working at the NGOs, and also working at those international agencies. So they are biologists, but they work on administration manuals. So it would be better for a country like Madagascar having the biologists passionate on research activities, because these patients are very need for those biologists to having a knowledge on those biodiversity components, ecosystem functioning, and so on. I mean the real scientific results, because there are so many data, for example, lots of data collected on Malagasy biodiversity, but they are not really assessed to be transformed on strategic plan for conservation biodiversity in Madagascar. So Madagascar needs also that kind of specialty to get involved with the better plan for the biodiversity conservation.
A vision for the future of conservation in Madagascar.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I think I'm done for the, and then turn to French.
Turn to French, yeah.
Okay, so
just to give you an extra challenge. Now we have to go.
Okay. Madagascar est si riche en biodiversité, riche et unique. Mais le problème jusqu'à maintenant, c'est que Madagascar a un problème d'insuffisance de moyens, surtout financiers, pour la préservation de ces biodiversités. Parce que la conservation a besoin beaucoup de moyens. Le pays est encore si pauvre et il est très difficile de concevoir des plans de conservation qui est vraiment adapté aux différentes activités. Les gens qui habitent surtout à proximité de la forêt, par exemple, ils sont toujours pauvres et ils doivent utiliser les ressources naturelles. Et là, alors, ça mérite beaucoup des spécialistes bien engagés et aussi passionnés en biologie ou biodiversité pour pouvoir transformer les données scientifiques collectées en plan de stratégie pour la conservation. Alors, je suis très... how to say that? Alors, pour moi, personnellement, j'invite tous ceux qui ont vraiment des intérêts pour le pays, c'est-à-dire que ce soit pour la conservation ou bien les recherches scientifiques à Madagascar, pour nous aider, pour la conservation de cette biodiversité unique à Madagascar.
And now
Malagasy.
Malagasy. And then we'll be done.
Yeah. Madagascar dia tena manan-karena amin'ny atao hoe karazana zavamaniry sy ny karazana biby izay misy ao aminy, satria dia tena tokana tsy misy raha tsy ao Madagascar ihany ireo zavamaniry, karazana zavamaniry sy biby marobe ireo. Dia ny olana nefa dia eo amin'ilay fiarovana azy izay tena mbola olana ngezabe ho an'ny firenena, satria voalohany indrindra aloha izany dia eo ilay fahatrana tsy ahafahana tena hoe mivalapatra be zany amin'ireo asa tokony ho atao iarovana ny zavamaniry sy ny biby izay tena atao hoe tena manana ny maha-izy azy ireo, satria moa zany eo koa zany mbola fahantrana lalina amin'ireo olona izay mipetraka manodidina ny ala, dia mila fanampiana maro zany izy ireo satria mila koa izy tsy maintsy misakafo izy tsy maintsy miaina izy dia ireo no ampiasainy, fa izy ohatra tsy mandray vola isam-bolana dia tsy maintsy ireo ihany zany aloha ny tena hoe ampiasainy eo mba hiainany. Dia amin'izay dia mila koa zany tena hoe olona manana fahaizana mba afaka hamadika an'ireo izay voka-pikarohana maro izay efa nangonina hatramin'izay dia mila olona tena hoe mba afaka hamadika an'izy ireo mba ahafahana mamorona tena hoe tetikasa na atao hoe stratégique kokoa zany ahafahantsika miaro an'ireo zava-mananaina izay sarobidy ireo. Dia amin'izay zany dia manentana an'ireo olona rehetra izay vonona ny araka amin'ny malagasy zany hiaro an'io zava-mananaina sarobidy io, dia eo koa ny fikarohana maro izay atao amin'io zava-mananaina io koa dia afaka tonga soamantsara aty Madagasikara izay olona rehetra dia hikaroka zany.
Fantastic.
That's so.
Voahangy.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Voahangy, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And I hope to see you in Madagascar.
So, it's my pleasure to take part of this project, and I'm happy to participate on this, and I welcome you to Madagascar again, and I hope that we could do more to preserve the Madagascar biodiversity unique.
Thank you.